today, I made a point to speak to all the governors most likely to be impacted by this storm. I spoke with Governor DeSantis several times, Governor Kemp, Governor McMaster's, Governor Cooper, about the impacts of the storm and that made landfall at 7:45 this morning as a Category 3 hurricane. I let each governor I spoke with know if there's anything the states need right now, I'm ready to mobilize that support or what they need. I don't think anybody can deny the impact of the climate crisis anymore. Just look around. Historic floods, more intense droughts, extreme heat, significant wildfires have caused significant damage like we've never seen before, not only throughout the Hawaiian Islands, in the United States, but in Canada and other parts of the world.
Mr. President, can you assure Americans that the federal government is going to have the emergency funding that they need to get through this hurricane season?
The answer is, if I can't do that, I'm going to point out why. How can we not respond? My God, how can we not respond to these needs? And so I'm confident, even though there's a lot of talk from some of our friends up on the Hill about the cost, we got to do it.
Worldwide surface ocean temperatures have been exceedingly warm this year, leading scientists to project a more dangerous storm season than originally predicted, specifically in the U.S., where Hurricane Idalia slammed Florida's Gulf Coast. While scientists have not yet determined how or whether climate change is influencing a storm's strength or behavior, there is strong evidence that these devastating storms are getting worse.
I can say fairly confidently that the hurricane that's just made landfall in Florida is wetter than it would have been without climate change.
Kevin Reed is a climate modeling scientist and associate dean at Stony Brook University.
What we're seeing with this storm is similar to what we've seen with recent storms, is that as the storm is approaching land, or as it approached the land, right, it went over really warm sea surface temperatures, which really aided its growth and intensity leading up to landfall.
Hurricanes need two main ingredients: warm ocean water and moist, humid air. In the last 40 years, the ocean has absorbed about 90% of the warming caused by heat-trapping greenhouse gas emissions. Much of this ocean heat is contained near the water's surface, which then evaporates into the atmosphere. This additional heat can fuel a storm's intensity and power stronger winds.
When we look at rapid intensification, this quick change in intensity of a storm over 24-hour periods, there has been work that suggests that it's becoming more likely over the historical record, and that it'll become more of these events will undergo rapid intensification in the future.
Hurricane activity is common for North America from June through November, peaking in September after a summertime buildup of warm water conditions. However, according to a study published in August in Nature Communications, the first named storms to make U.S. landfall now do so more than 3 weeks earlier than they did in 1900, moving up the start of the hurricane season to May.